Factor and find the GCF of algebraic expressions. We need to find the GCF of these two terms. I'm going to do this using the ladder method. There's a lot of methods, but the ladder method works best for us. The first thing I want to focus on is the numbers, or the coefficients, 10 and 20. I notice that they both end in 0, which means they are both divisible by the number 5. So that means I can take out a 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Then I'm going to bring down all of my variables for both of the terms. Looking at my terms now, I notice that 2 and 4 can still be divided by 2, so that means they have a factor of 2 in common. So focusing again just on the coefficients or the numbers, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then I bring down the variables in both of my terms. Now I need to focus on my variables. I want to focus on my a variable first. I want to focus on one variable at a time. When dividing variables with exponents, you subtract the exponents. So I'm going to focus on the variables and the exponents. Looking at the exponents here, I notice that they are both the same, meaning I can take out that many a's. Since both terms have an a to the second power, or a's with a power of 2, I can take out 2 a's from each of the terms. For this term, I have the 1 from earlier when I did my numbers. Dividing variables with exponents, I subtract. 2 minus 2 is 0, so these will cancel. Then I bring down my b term. For this one, I have my 2 from before when I worked with my numbers. With my variables, 2 minus 2 is 0 again, so these will cancel. And then I will bring down my b term. Now it's time to focus on my b terms. In this one, I have b to the third. In this one, I have b to the second. Since they're different, I have to look at how many I can divide out. My rule is to look at the one that has the least amount of exponents. So that would be our b to the second. That is the most I can take out, and then I will subtract from both. So here we have our subtraction. 3 minus 2 is 1. I have my number from before, so I have b to the first, or just b when I go to simplify. Then here I bring down my number. 2 minus 2 is 0, so those b's will cancel, so I just have a 2 left here. Now it's time to find the GCF. To find the GCF, or the greatest common factor, you need to look at all of the numbers they have in common, all the ones that we divided out. You need to multiply all of the numbers they have in common, so 5 times 2 times a squared times b squared. So 5 times 2 is 10, so we have 10a squared b squared as our GCF, or our greatest common factor, for these two terms.